Hi, hello, hola, welcome to the McDonald's Hacer Education Tour virtual workshops. We, as you can see, are so excited that you're joining us today. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Julissa Calderon. Soon, I'll introduce you to our partners from Cool Speak. You guys are in for such a treat with those guys. They're so awesome. First things first, listen up. We know 2020 has been rough, and we celebrate you for giving it your all. This year, McDonald's has committed to doing more for your teachers, your counselors, your parents, and for your journey to higher education. Whether it's providing tools and resources to succeed in class or virtually, providing more scholarship opportunities to students, more access to workshops. In 2020, McDonald's is all about hashtag hacer more. We're here to inspire you, to move you, inform you. We're going to honor those who are all about hashtag I said more, and we're going to challenge you to hashtag I said more. Whew, that was loud. I hope you're feeling good because I'm feeling really great. Also, speaking of which, because I know you guys know this, we want to hear from you on social during the workshops. You guys have social media. I know you do. I know you have Instagram. I know you have all of that stuff. We want to hear from you. So don't forget to post and tag at McDonald's, at La Julisa, that is I, and at Cool Speak. And more importantly, hashtag I said more. We have some very cool stuff coming your way. So don't forget to check your DMs. I'm so excited for you. One more thing, do not forget to have your page public so that we can reach out to you to give you some goodies. But again, you have to hashtag I said more at me, at La Julisa, at McDonald's, and at Cool Speak. And yes, that's right. Let us know here. Let us know you're enjoying the workshops and share on your social media. We just want to see your beautiful faces and let you tell us that you see us, you hear us, and that you're ready to hashtag I said more. We also want you to ask questions, so activate the chat below and talk to us. One last thing before we get started. And speaking of having fun, I want to show you a video that I think some of you will see some familiar faces. Let's roll it. Oh, you guys caught me while I was dancing. Also, I think they forgot to pass me the papita. So I'm going to just go ahead and take a sip of water because now I'm thirsty and hungry and all of that. All right. I want to introduce you to the first speaker today. I told you guys you're in for a treat. His name is Carlos Ojeda, aka Chew, and he's the co-founder of Cool Speak and a powerful and dynamic speaker. He is a son of Puerto Rican field and factory workers, a first-generation college grad, a former university administrator and professor, and he credits his academic success to his parents' love, persistence, and la chancla. Here's Chew.
Thank you, Julissa. Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to be here, y'all. So excited. Listen, my name is Carlos Alberto Ojeda Torres Rivera de Jesus Jr., but you don't got to worry about that. You can call me Chew because that's what my friends and family call me. And I got to be honest, when I was a kid, I was a bit of a knucklehead, straight up. Look at me. I ran those streets. Yeah, you know you like those black socks with the black chucks. Yo, for real. I was always a bit of a troublemaker. And by the time I got to 10th grade, I was getting in trouble all the time. I had in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, detention, cualquier inch the school had. I was there. Got to the point that they wanted my mom or my dad to come to school to talk to them. And I didn't want any of those two fools to come because my parents were crazy. My mom was that militant little Puerto Rican mom that if you don't do what she tells you to do, ella te mata. She killed you. And don't laugh. She had a semi-automatic chancla. She was gangster, right? And my dad was the opposite of my mom. My dad was the tall, diesel, evil-looking, dark-skinned Puerto Rican man, so ugly he deserved to be in America's Most Wanted. I didn't want any of them to come to school. So my mom and dad talked it over, and my dad came. And I was so scared because I thought he was going to kill me, but I figured he wasn't going to do it in school. So they walked in, and they gave him my file. My dad looked at it, and he looked at me. And he starts freaking me out because he starts to turn red. My dad's a dark-skinned Puerto Rican man. He's not supposed to turn red. And in this situation, he's not saying anything, which is freaking me out. Because the way my dad communicates with me is by yelling, throw out the trash. Where's the remote? Even when he tried to communicate emotion, I love you. That's the way he talks. And in this situation, out of my dad's mouth came the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my life. As he looked at my vice principal and said, can I have a moment alone with my son? And I looked at the vice principal and said, fool, you can't leave me here with him. He's going to kill me. But my vice principal was like, yo, peace, kid. You're on your own. And he left. And I was freaking out. But then I had a plan B because every plan A has got to have a plan B. And my plan B is simple. My dad's old. I'm young. I can outrun that fool. And so I tried to run. And all of a sudden, my dad began to move faster than I've ever seen him move before in my life. It was like a Puerto Rican version of the Flash. He was like, un poquito de salsa. And he gripped me up. And he slammed me in the chair. My whole life flashed before my eyes. And in this scary situation, I did what any young, brave, Latino young man would do. I started crying for my mom. I was like, Mommy. And I was trying not to cry, but I couldn't help it. I was like, and in that moment, my dad said something completely unexpected. Tu abuela. And I was like, is she here? Because I could use all the help I could get. He's like, tu abuela. Your grandmother, she came from Puerto Rico. She spoke no English. Came here with my 6 brothers and sisters chasing the American dream. Going up and down the East Coast wherever she could find work from one farm to the next. She'd work 13, 14-hour days. Come home and her hands will be bloody. Her feet will be swollen. Her clothes will be ripped and dirty. And the very next day, she'd do it again. And when my father abandoned us, have you ever wondered why you don't know your grandfather's name? That coward's name will never be mentioned in this house. What kind of man turns his back on his family? What kind of man leaves his kids behind? I was a boy doing a man's job. I raised my brothers and sisters. I worked the fields with my mother. I've worked in a factory my whole life so that you and your 2 sisters can have something better, mijo. Eres mi único hijo. You're my only son. You're my eldest. Mi tocayo. You're my namesake. I love you. And I was like, oh. Daddy loved me. Oh my God, my mascara. My dad looked at me and said, I'm going to give you 2 options. You can stay in school and live, or you can drop out and die. They didn't seem like options, but you know what? I stayed in school. But it wasn't easy to do well in school. Because you know what? The way school looked at me, it didn't like me, so I didn't like school. School didn't believe in me, so I didn't believe in school, man. My 10th grade geometry teacher called me the greatest piece of garbage he'd ever seen in his life. Another teacher told me that I would never amount to anything. I had a teacher tell me that I would either die or drop out, but I would never, ever, ever hold a diploma in this hand. And you know what? I believed them. But check it. People are always going to try and label you. From the moment you're born until you die, someone's always going to try and label you. Short, tall, fat, skinny, pretty, ugly, gifted, troubled, gay, straight, confused, illegal, undocumented. It's up to you to decide whether you live up to the labels that people try to put on you, or you rip those labels off, tear those labels up, and throw those labels away. Don't ever, ever, ever let anyone tell you who you are or who you will become. That is your destiny to fulfill. Nobody else's. Don't ever, ever, ever let them define you. You define you. Period. End of statement. No conversation. You and only you. You feel me? If you feel me, throw it up in the chat. But I didn't have nobody telling me that. So I believed that garbage. And by 12th grade, I wasn't doing anything until one day this beautiful girl walked by, and I had a crush on her. She went to the guidance office, so I followed her. And I walked in, and I was trying to get this girl's number, and this crazy Puerto Rican lady, she was just watching me. And when I got the number and I was about to walk out, that lady just jumped right in front of me and said, "You're going to go to college." And I very respectfully, very politely responded to her. Are you crazy? Do you even know who I am? I'm not the kind of person that goes to school. She's like, "Don't worry about that. You're going to go to college." I said, "Miss, you're crazy." And she was. Everywhere I went, she was there. Everything I did, she was there. She wouldn't leave me alone. She called my house, started talking to my mom in Spanish. She called my dad at work, started talking to him in English. Yo, this lady was crazy. She was stalking me. I was like, yo, I got to call the cops. What's the number for 911? Okay, some of you got that joke. The rest of you, you'll get it later. But this lady was crazy. But she was awesome. I wouldn't tell her back then, but I loved that she cared enough for me, that she was looking out for me, and I love what she was saying to me, that I wasn't garbage, that I could go to college. We need to listen to those people. We need to stop listening to hate and start listening to great, all the wonderful people in your life that are looking out for you. This lady invited me to come visit her school, and we took a tour of the campus, and it was beautiful. She walked us into a room where she was going to start the presentation about college, and I sat in the back. And she walked all the way to the back. She's like, "Do you want to go to school here?" I go, "Definitely." She's like, "Well, you need to take the SATs. Now, what I didn't know then, and I know now, and I want to share with all of you, is this. I'm deaf. I only have 5% of my hearing. I wear 4 hearing aids connected to each other, connected to my phone so that I can hear. Without them, I can't hear a thing, which is great when your wife is yelling at you. You'll be like, "Sorry, baby, I got technical difficulties. You're going to have to come back later." All the old people on this stream, they like, "Yo, that's a damn good idea." But it's not cool when I'm your age. And everybody wants to label me a problem, behavior problem, attitude problem, this problem, that problem, every problem they could come up with except for the one that I had. A hearing problem. I went undiagnosed until I was 23 years old. And when they diagnosed me, they told me that I only have 47% of my hearing. That meant that half of my life went unheard. That meant that half of my life went unresponded to. That meant that half of the "I love you" my mom said to me, I may never have even heard. How does someone get to 23 without someone even noticing that they're hearing impaired? It's simple. They labeled me. They labeled me shy. Does any part of me even remotely look shy to you? But this is how it happens. I stopped raising my hands in class because every time I made the teacher repeat herself over and over and over again, it made me feel stupid. So I stopped raising my hands. And I stopped talking to my friends. And I stopped talking to my mom and dad. And pretty soon, people would come over and go, "What's wrong with you? Why is he so quiet?" "Oh, he's just shy. It's just a phase. He'll get over it." It was torture. I didn't think I could keep this up. I didn't want it to keep up. I wanted just to end it all. I felt like I was on my last breath. I felt like I was on my knees. And I know that there are people in the stream that are feeling that way. We got a pandemic. We have social unrest. We have so much going on. Young people, I know it's hard. We know it's hard. That's why we're here. We know how difficult it has been. We know that sometimes some of you feel like you can't hold on, that you are on your knees. But I'm telling you, you are not alone. In these moments when you are on your knees and you don't think you can get up, these are the moments that you overestimate the challenge and you underestimate your strength. You are stronger than this. You are not alone. You stand beside people. They are your classmates, your family. We are all in this together. You can crowdsource this issue. You're having problems at school, get with some of your friends. Work together. Study together. You're having difficulty at home. You need to talk to someone. Get with people, counselors, teachers, friends, and family. When you're on your knees, you are not alone. You are surrounded by people that love you and care for you, and standing behind you are all your ancestors and your family members, all the people that made the ultimate sacrifice for you to be here. You stand on the shoulders of people who've made every possible sacrifice. My family sacrificed so that I could be standing right here where I am. My mother and father worked overtime, double time, triple time, all the time until there was no more time. My father died at work 13 years ago for my family. I am never alone. He is always with me. Just like your family, your friends are always with you. In these moments, we got to hold on to the things that matter and to the people that matter. And together, we are stronger. And the people that mattered for me was my mom, my dad, my sisters, and that crazy Puerto Rican lady who made me take the SATs. And even though they told me I was garbage and I would never amount to anything, I scored an 1100 out of 1600. That meant that I can go to college, that I can get scholarship. That lady made me fill out applications to every school imaginable. I got accepted to every school I applied to. And that lady gave me a full tuition scholarship to school. And on graduation night, I was wearing a cap and gown. And when they called my name, Carlos Ojeda Jr., I walked up like I owned the place. And as I got closer and closer to the podium where they were giving out the diplomas, I started thinking about that teacher. The one that told me that I would either die or drop out, but I would never, ever, ever hold a diploma in this hand. And you know what? She was absolutely right. Because I'm left-handed and I grabbed it with this hand. And the moment I grabbed that diploma, my family was screaming my name, Chu, and I ran into the audience looking for my family. And when the crowd parted, I saw something I had never seen before. My father was crying. And he just gripped me up. And my mom took a picture of it because she said this was the moment that changed everything. He grabbed the back of my head and put our foreheads together. So our eyes with me. And he said, Tú eres mi hijo, el hijo de Carlos Ojeda. And you can be whatever you want to be. Go wherever you want to go. Do whatever you want to do as long as you choose to, mijo. No dejes, don't let them put you in a corner. No dejes, don't let them take your voice, mijo. Tu voz es tu poder. And then he said one word. Vete. Go. And that was the moment. That was the moment that I realized life is not measured by the breath we take, but rather by the moments in life that take our breath away. Every second we have, every moment we breathe is a second and a moment we have to turn things around, that we can rise up, that we are stronger than this moment. That was the moment where I realized I wanted to be more. I wanted to ascend more, and I wanted to reveal more for my family, for my friends, for the ones that couldn't make it. And that's what you need to do. You need to be more, ascend more, and reveal more. I took that scholarship. I became the first person in my family's history to go to college. Went to Bloomsburg University, got a business degree with a focus in human resources, a minor in marketing, and a minor in law. Got involved in so many different organizations, president of those organizations, editor of the newspaper, director of the radio station. I graduated from college, first person in my family's history to graduate from college with honors. Got a job that paid me more per hour than my mom and dad ever got paid combined in their lives. I realized in order to rise up, I got to wise up. By the time I was 23, I got my MBA, my master's in business administration. By the time I was 24, I was the youngest and only Latino professor in the history of my university's College of Business. Became director of a Latino business resource center and helped out 300 businesses in my state. Left there to become a full-time motivational speaker. I started my first business at 25, my second at 27, my third at 30. A couple years ago with my business partner, my brother from another mother, Ernesto Mejia, we started Cool Speak. We are now a multi-million-dollar company, traveling the country, inspiring millions of kids. We get to work with amazing organizations like McDonald's Hacer to show you that your voice is your power, that you are stronger. I did it all while marrying my beautiful wife and having my kids, and I live for them and I work for them. And that's what we want you to do. Because life is not measured by the breath you take, but rather by the moments in life that take your breath away. I know how I measure my life. I'm hoping that after today, we're going to change how you measure yours so that you can be more, hacer more, and vivir more. One love. Thank you. We're so excited for you to be here. We've got so many resources, so many surprises, so many things that we want to give you. And we want you to be a part of our movement. All right. We want you to post on social media. I want you to post on social media and share your story. Post a picture of your family and the people that do more for you and work more for you. All right. We want you to post on social media. Let us know why you're doing what you're doing, why you're working so hard. We want you to post on social media and use the hashtag Hacer more. All right, because I think there's some surprises coming up, and those surprises have something to do with that hashtag. So you definitely want to post. I can't tell you what it is, but you want to post using that hashtag because there's definitely some surprises, right, Julissa? I think we got some really good surprises coming up.
That's right, Chewy. That's right. We have all the cool surprises. And like he said, make sure to hashtag Hacer More at McDonald's, at La Julisa, at Cool Speak, and make sure your page is public because if not, we won't be able to see your stuff or DM you to tell you you won. Chewy, like, wow, that was really, really touching. I haven't heard your story. So I know the kids are out there inspired because I'm inspired, so they better be inspired. um, so speaking of being inspired, there's always one teacher, like how Chewy talked about, that sometimes sees more in you than you see in yourself. And I know for me, it was a teacher named Mrs. Johnson who was my teacher for 2 years. She literally decided to go into the next grade because she loved her children so much and wanted to continue to be around us. And recently, we actually connected over social media, the power of social media, right? But she believed in me, and that's the most beautiful thing that any student can ever experience, right, Chewy? Like who that woman who like what you said was crazy. Thank God she was
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah. Everybody needs a crazy Puerto Rican lady in their lives, right? And Miss Faye Ortiz and Mrs. Fuchs and all those teachers, the wonderful people that really make an impact. And you know what? 2020 has been super rough. And our
Mhm.
teachers have been our heroes. It doesn't seem that way when they're yelling at us to do our work virtually. But you know what? They have had to take on something unprecedented. And McDonald's we wanted to do something awesome for some teachers. So we asked schools across the country to nominate teachers that they felt were doing more for their student, right? They do more day in, day out. So we decided we wanted to do more. So we went back to my alma mater. We went to Reading High School in Reading, Pennsylvania, and we brought a teacher in, and she thought she was coming in and she was nominated to help us spread the word of the Hacer Scholarship. We asked her what would $100,000 do for her students, and she had no idea what was coming. But we had an awesome surprise waiting for her.
So excited. Let's go ahead and see that.
I have a really quick question for you. How much of an impact do you think $100,000 scholarship would have on the students you serve?
Well, considering my students are 100% low income, we got that 90-90-90 school. I think that for them to have something like this just kind of land in their lap, so to speak, I don't I don't have words for it. I don't think that they would have words for it. It would open up opportunities that they never even realized existed for them. I think that our kids deal with situations that I myself growing up never had to even think about for many reasons. Um, they're they're so resilient.
I just want you to know that just the way you expressed what it would mean to the students says a lot about you and says how much you care about our students.
Why do you think they nominated you for this? Why you? Why do you think the students chose you?
Well, I don't know. Well, I teach math, which is like the least favorite subject of most kids, but that's not what matters. I work with the YES program, which is Youth Equity Stewardship, I took kids down the Grand Canyon a couple years ago for a week. That was unbelievable. Camping, floating down the river and camping each night in the Grand Canyon. And what a just to see them get away from technology and like away from all the noise and just focus on becoming who they are and learning how to like take care of the earth and being appreciative of things that matter. That was amazing.
And I think we have a couple people that want to come in here and want to say a couple things to you, if that would be okay. Would
Yeah.
you be all right with that?
Yeah.
All right. So we have a couple of students and a staff member that are going to come in here because they wanted to share a few words with you about what you mean to them and what you mean to Reading High as a whole.
Excellent.
Take it away.
Hello, Miss Marshall.
Hi.
You are really someone that I truly appreciate. You have always been so kind. If you've given more to people, more than enough. Like, it's so hard to put in words because like what I feel for you in my heart is truly more than I could actually like say. You've always been someone who made me feel comfortable, respected, and I'm so glad that I actually got to be in one of your classes. That is something that I always take with me, and I hope that you're someone that I'm able to always have a connection with and be able to reach out to. Thank you por hacer more.
Well, definitely we have to keep in touch.
For sure.
Hi, Miss Marshall. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you have ever done. I've been able to, grow a relationship with you and a connection with you since I would say 8th grade, ever since I've known you. You've been someone that I could confide in, talk to, and be myself with. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for allowing me to be myself in front of you in ways that I can't express to anyone else. I can speak for other people that have been with you as a student. I know that you're an excellent teacher, an excellent person. You're just amazing in every way. And I just want to say thank you for everything.
Mrs. Marshall, they asked me to name one teacher in our district. And as you know, we have close to 1,500 teachers in the district. And then I thought about you, because the truth of the matter is that when we began our equity work 6 years ago, you were one of the first ones to jump in and really help, with this program. In your building, you are a shining star for equity because you are leading the way among your colleagues and doing professional development. And you have been, a positive, a driving force for your school as well. So, Amber, muchas gracias. Yo también quiero decir gracias por hacer more to McDonald's for this great opportunity. Thank you so much.
You're not going to get emotional because
I'm already
you
there.
already are there. I will say it warmed my heart as a kid that walked through the halls of that high school, scared, lost, and yet I found a teacher and a counselor that helped me. It warmed my heart that there is still a champion there for kids like me. That you are the difference maker, you are the dream maker, that you are making not only these two young people's dreams a reality, but all the students that you were. He said it, you are a champion. And for that, I am so grateful and so thankful that on behalf of McDonald's, we are giving you a $1,000 gift card to Walmart towards school supplies, as well as the McDonald's merch pack.
Yay!
That and so much more.
Good job.
We want to thank everybody for your participation and sharing your kind words. And I hope you're just as happy as we are, and even Miss Marshall, as we can tell how happy she is, which is awesome. Those are some of my favorite tears, which are tears of joy, not pain, agony, and those types of things. So that's awesome. You deserve this and so much more. So thank you to the students. Thank you, Mr. Alvarado. Gracias por hacer more. We truly appreciate it. And let's hope we can get one of these Hacer scholarships to one of our students in your school district to help change their lives.
Oh my God. I had a couple tears come out, you guys. I had to wipe my face before it came back. Wow, like teachers are so impactful. They want to see you win, I promise. All right, we need some fun. We need some cheering up from the tears, from the good tears. I'm excited to announce one of the winners. I hope you're hashtagging I said more. I hope you're adding me. I hope you're adding Cool Speak. I hope you're adding McDonald's because I'm about to give away a gift and you guys are I don't know what we're doing, but we need to do more so that I can give away all of the gifts. So I want to announce the first winner right now, and that is for. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna win. You're gonna win an AirPod, and you're gonna win a McDonald's tote bag with some cool stuff inside. So let's go ahead and jump right into the first winner who is clearly paying attention and who's hashtagging I said more, and that is Laurie Sherm from Florence, Arizona. Oh, girl, that's a good picture. You have won the AirPods and the McDonald's tote bag. Congratulations. That's so cool. I want some look, I only have one. I need some AirPods. Go ahead, continue to hashtag I said more. Keep adding McDonald's, keep adding Cool Speak, keep adding me. Make sure your page is public. That's the only way we're gonna be able to slide into your DMs and tell you won. All right. We have some more cool stuff. We're going to continue talking. We're going to continue motivating. I feel so inspired. I want to go back to school. I want to fill out that scholarship. The next person is going to motivate us so much. He is also one of the co-founders of Cool Speak. Really cool guy. You already saw his face. His name is Ernesto Mejia. He is the proud product of Mexican immigrant parents, a family man, from a college dropout to a college dean. If that's not motivating, I don't know what else is. Ernesto likes to enable students to use education as a platform to change their families' lives. Such real stuff. Let's hand it off to Ernesto so he could go ahead and share some good and motivating words for us. Ernesto?
Thank you, Julissa. I appreciate you. And thank everybody for tuning in. As you heard before, my name is Ernesto Mejía Macías y soy orgullosamente producto de Padres de Zacatecas, México. So if you know speak Spanish, hold on. I'll translate like my kindergarten through sixth grade teachers used to call me. My name is Ernesto Mejía Macías, and I'm the proud product of Mexican immigrant parents from Zacatecas, Mexico. So thank you for being here. Typically when we're live with y'all, we get to have some fun, engage with you differently. But because we aren't, we have to do things a little bit differently. So let's try something. I'm gonna control the way your foot moves from here, from behind the screen, from where you're looking. Now, I know some of y'all, because we work with students all the time, you're in bed, you're laying down, you're on the couch, you're on social media, you're half asleep. I need you to focus, and I need your time and your energy right here. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to point with your right index finger. It's the one on the right side. I see some of y'all do with your left hand. That's not it. Point with your right index finger. Now you're gonna lift your right foot up. It's the one on the same side. Now what I want you to do is twist your ankle to the right, because I'm gonna make it go the other way. While twisting your ankle to the right, while looking at your foot, not at me, look at your foot, while pointing with your right index finger, keep on twisting that foot to the right, because I'm gonna make it go the other way. Draw a number 6 with your finger and see what happens to your foot. If it got you, put it in the chat. That means I got you. I controlled the way your foot moves all the way from over here. So I have a very short amount of time to cover a lot of information. So let's get to it, okay? How are you going to pay for this education of yours? 35 grand for a private institution, 21 for a public out of state, 9,000 for public in state. And whenever we ask students, how are you going to pay for education? The answer is like, oh no. And then when I ask, how much does it cost? A lot. How much is a lot? Like a lot. Oh, thank you for the clarification. So here's what we need to get into your minds, your hands, your screens. The Hacer National Scholarship. 30 scholarships and a grand total of $500,000, y'all. You heard me right, $500,000. It's a nice chunk of change. Started October 5th and it goes through February 3rd, 2021. Okay, that's when you have to submit your scholarship application, okay? Now, students, I was there and I did it too. Do not start this application on February 2nd and think that you will be done and be able to submit it on time, because you won't and you'll miss out. And for somebody, that could mean missing out on a total of $100,000. That's a nice chunk of change. I don't want you to miss out on that, okay? Oh, I almost missed one of the most important parts, because somebody at the end of the session is going to come back and be like, where do I go to get the scholarship? Do I pick it up? No. Go to www.mcdonalds.com/hacer. If you don't speak Spanish, you can go to www.mcdonalds.com/Hacer. It's going to be the same spot, okay? So either way, make your way there, because that's where you get all the information, okay? Now, here are the requirements. High school senior, 2.8 GPA. That meant like people like me in high school, well, maybe not, but maybe some of my friends could have applied, maybe not me. 2.8 GPA, younger than 21 years of age, US resident, eligible to attend a 2-year, 4-year college, university, or technical school, and one parent of Hispanic descent. Now, don't do this, because I've had students, Ernesto, I have 2 parents of Hispanic descent. Does that increase my odds? No, that just makes you more Hispanic. That's all I can tell you. Sorry. The requirement is 1 parent of Hispanic heritage. And if you don't have a parent of Hispanic heritage, don't worry. We're going to provide additional resources. And I'm going to make sure that even if you're not a senior, we'll still have some stuff for you too, okay? Now, how are winners selected? That's what we always like to know, and what we want to try to figure out. Make sure hold on a second, let me switch something here. Academic achievement, financial need, community involvement, and personal interview. What does that mean? Academic achievement, we kind of know, grades. Financial need, we kind of know how much money is being made in the house. Community involvement. This is a toughie right now, and I realize that. But you have to keep on looking for manners to volunteer. It could be to volunteer via online, obviously moderating, maybe participating in sessions, and then there'll be a personal interview. But make sure that you're getting all these things done, y'all. And don't wait. It's the worst thing that you could do, okay? Now, let me make sure that I can get over here, because I messed this up over here. What materials are needed? I don't know if you saw, but it's in big words there. No essay. To me, it's music to my ears. The transcript can be your transcript for your grades. That's what it means. Personal statement, letter of recommendation from a teacher. This is why y'all wanted to be nice to that teacher, right? List of community service projects. I'm going to tell you right now, and it's for your own good. Seniors, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you submit, and there's 1 year of community service, 1 year of volunteer hours, 1 year of everything, it doesn't look good on your application. However, if that's where we're at now, it's better than nothing, obviously, because I want you to apply. But I'm saying this for my freshmen, my sophomore, my juniors. Start getting involved now, okay? Your FAFSA report and or 1040s, okay? These are the materials that are needed for you to apply, right? Please do me a favor. We take pictures of everything, ourselves, selfies, for food, and we don't take pictures of things that we need, such as this, okay? Materials that are needed. Now, in terms of the breakdown of the scholarships, let me make it easy for you. They're going to give out $25,000 scholarships. All the other ones will be in twos, from 10 all the way up to $100,000. It's a nice chunk of change. Imagine you being able to come home and saying, I don't know about you, but I'm Mexican. This is what I call my mom. Mamá! Nos dieron $100,000. They gave us $100,000 to pay for our education. What do you think that means? How do you feel? What will your parents feel? I asked that in person to a student, and one of the students answered, well, I know what my mom's going to say. I'm like, oh, what's she going to say? It's going to be great. Comprame una lavadora, buy me a washer. No, it's scholarship money. Okay, so this is the breakdown so that you're aware of the amount of money and what you could possibly win. Okay, I want you to apply to make sure you get that. Let me go over some quick resources, then I'm going to recap this real quick so we can move on, because this is the information that you need to have in order to be able to get there. So McDonald's, mcdonalds.com/Hacer. FAFSA, for my seniors, if you have not submitted your FAFSA yet, you're already late. It's on a first come, first serve. Make sure you get that done right away. Hispanic Scholarship Fund has an abundance of scholarships for you, okay? Make sure that you're checking it out and visiting it. Big Future, College Board. College Board has a ton of resources in general. If you're not on College Board, students, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities, a lot of information, what schools offer what you need to do, what classes you need to take in high school in order to be able to be a better college student. Big Future gives you all this. CapEx also gives you information about colleges and universities, also in specific for private institutions. And Cool Speak, us, okay? We're there for you to help you out, and we have a load of resources for you as well, okay? Now, additional resources. For my African American population, we have the McDonald's Black and Positively Golden Scholarship. And if you look at that link, you click on it, you can find it. For my Asian Pacific Islanders, there's also a scholarship. We also have the Archway to Opportunity. For those of you that currently work at McDonald's, there are already resources for you, opportunities for you and your family, such as counseling, advising, helping you figure out the process, learning English as a second language, and tuition assistance. Archway to Opportunity is there for you, okay? Now, the timeline. I'm going to go over this real quick because it's a long timeline, all right? October 5th is when it started. Deadline was February 3rd. Semifinalist notification February 16th. Semifinalist application deadline March 3rd. Scholarship recipients will be informed May 7th. Funds dispersed July, August of 2021. Okay? Because I know a lot of the times you're wondering when is that going to happen, okay? Now, here's what I need you to do. Prepare. What's this? Give me 1 second. I don't know why it keeps on switching for me. For my 9th graders, take challenging course load and start community service hours. For my 10th graders, prep for standardized testing and stay involved in extracurriculars. For my 11th graders, narrow down college choices and prep standardized testing. For my seniors, your list is going to be a little bit longer, okay? For my seniors, this is what I need you to do. I need you to get that last round of standardized testing, apply to 5, 10 different colleges and universities, apply for financial aid, apply for 75 different scholarships, one of them being the SED one, hopefully. Dual enrollment, start taking some college courses to save you some money, and finish off strong, okay? Now, let me finish off by saying this. I am my parents' American dream. I am able to say that because I am the proud product of Mexican parents. It is my mama, my papa. Mi mamá y mi papá, mi jetón. María Rosa Macías Alívar, Fortunato Flores. They came to this country and sacrificed a lot in order for me to have an easier life. I know Idaho's in the house, Washington, New Jersey, Missouri, Kansas, Florida. We have a few of y'all in the house. But I also know a town that's near and dear to me that's in the house. I-Town, Immokalee. Sus familias son como la mía. Some of your families are like mine. Where they're working those fields, they're working those tough jobs for us to have a better life. Mi mamá sacrificó su vida. My mom sacrificed her life so that I didn't have to bust my behind like she did. My dad made sure that I knew how to work so I could take advantage of opportunities such as an education or a scholarship. I'm hoping that you do the same so that you can make a difference in your family's life. My name is Ernesto Mejia Macias. Soy su humilde servidor. I am your humble servant, and I hope one of our students that's listening right now wins one of these scholarships because I know it can change your family's life as well as your own. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Yulisa, I unloaded a lot of information, so I hope you're able to catch it all and let me know if there's something that you might have a question about, because that was a lot of info.
I'm still writing it down. I'm writing it down, typing. I hope that they are figuring this out. We're still here. They're up now. But all your information allowed them to get up out of bed, to get on their feet, and to know that they have to hacer more. They're excited. They're ready. They got this. They got this. I believe in them. And speaking of believing in them, I love spoken word. Do you love spoken word? Well, let's get ready to do a lot of that. I want to go ahead and toss it to a video, Ernesto, that I think is going to continue to inspire the students. A spoken word artist by the name of Melania Lucia Marte. Woo, these names, these long names. She's going to go into some spoken word for us and continue to inspire the kids.
If your American dream is bigger than it's supposed to be, listen up. This is for the all-nighters and the way too early bus riders. The ones paying homage to the past by hustling like there's no tomorrow. Los hijos de inmigrantes who become the bridge between la luna y el sol. This is where you shatter stereotypes and glass ceilings, where you honor abuelita's name and your parents' struggle. How their hearts smile at the sight of your success. You, the link that breaks generational chains. You, their heirloom, their legacy in motion. Confirmation que todo tendrá prosperidad. A promise to be more, hacer more, vivir more. So when they ask you where you're going, tell them in a voice that echoes back across borders and oceans that you will go as far as you choose to.
I hope you guys are all doing this at home because that's what you do to spoken word. That's so motivating, and I love everything Melania said. Like, we're doing it for our ancestors, for our parents, for our abuelos and abuelas. Most importantly, you're doing it for yourself and for your future. We've gotten to another good part. I'm excited to talk about another person winning. I was looking at my DMs a little while ago and my apps, and you guys are on it now. I think that we needed to give out the first gift for you to wake up and be like, all right, let's go, let's do this. So I want to go ahead and announce the second winner. Didn't pop up. Who is it? Who is it? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I'm waiting for it to pop up. We're waiting for it. I want you all to see your name as well, and your post, whatever you posted is going to pop up as well. Who is that? All right, it is Y Cansara _11. I believe you just won another AirPod and the McDonald's tote bag. Congratulations! And I think we have one more winner, right? Yeah. And I want to say that the next winner is going to kind of win big. The next winner is going to win, on behalf of myself and McDonald's, a laptop. I'm excited. Listen, I would love a new laptop, so I know you guys want a new laptop. Let's see. Who's the winner, y'all?
Uh-oh. I know it ain't chewing up.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I'll take it. I will take it.
Me
with
too.
She won't even blink. She'll be like, yeah, I'm a high school senior. Hook it up.
I'll be out, and you just see like little puff of smoke because I went to go get it.
I think I could look young enough to be like a high school senior. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
definitely think you could. We would definitely be in the
You look like
administrative side.
grandparents.
Sorry.
Well, I thought the person that was gonna win was gonna pop up. Maybe I mistaked.
I think
Either
they'll
way,
eventually come up. They might be working on it. So we'll definitely get somebody, and that will encourage them to continue to tune in, maybe even ask some questions, and to make
Yeah,
sure that
yeah,
they're sharing their thoughts. What'd you take away? What'd you learn?
yeah,
Any questions about the scholarship?
I'm looking at the chat.
absolutely.
Chat
And
going up.
continue to check. Is the chat popping?
Yeah, it's popping. It's crazy. In between, after talking about us and talking about McDonald's food, because it's making me hungry. But if they got questions, they
Well,
can throw it up in the chat.
speaking of McDonald's food, check your Instagram DMs to see if you want a $25 McDonald's Arch card. I'm gonna
Oh,
check
hold
my
on, hold on.
DMs. I hope they send me one.
Espera.
Espérate,
No,
espérate.
I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything.
Okay,
20.
okay. Well, I'm so happy that we were here, y'all. Like I was inspired by both of your but Chu, your story and just the way you spoke, Ernesto. Like I know these kids are ready to apply for this scholarship, to hashtag Hacer more, and to do what they got to do to make sure they better their education. How do you guys feel? Oh, yeah, that's look, the people with the good pictures, they're winning. X period underscore Alondra underscore period X. You want a laptop, baby girl? Congratulations. How exciting. Now you have no excuse to not get on there to apply for the scholarship because if you already won this, you could win more. Keep reaching. The sky's the limit. Congratulations. Bring my guys back. Bring my guys back. There we go.
No,
How you guys feeling?
I feel good. So
Oh,
we got a laptop. We got a lot of motivation out there. The chat's popping. Someone may win, a scholarship that can change their life. Man, this was legitimately an awesome day.
I will say, as soon as you announce that laptop winner, I can't help it because I have this brain that doesn't stop. She's going to tell some of her peers and some of her friends and be like, oh, I didn't know about it, or oh, I was gonna get on, or oh, nobody told me. And you know what? That is
Mhm.
life, y'all. You take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you, and good things can happen. And you know what? I keep it real. I got two problems. One's my face, the other one's my honesty. Sometimes it's not gonna work out for you. Sometimes you're gonna give it
Yeah,
your all, and it's not
you
gonna go
snooze,
your
you
way.
lose.
But you keep on trying.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I
Lisa,
just want to.
I was looking at the chat. You are as pretty as the earth. Someone's dropping poems on there for you right now.
Nice.
Wow, thank you so much. The earth is beautiful.
You're as pretty as the earth, and there's dirt all around you.
This,
Oh my God, I can't. Well, you guys, we let's finish up here. Let's wrap up here because we have some Q&A. I want to go into the Q&A and let's talk a little
definitely.
more. And students, please stick around. Send us all of your questions. The party's not over. We're going into the after party. All of your questions that you had that you didn't get the chance to ask or that your friend wanted to ask, they might be here. So jump on in. Thank you for joining us here. We're still going. We're still going. Let's go into this Q&A. All
For sure.
right. So our first question is, what are some questions I should ask my counselor about higher education? All right. What do you think, Chu?
The first question is, what do I got to do? Like, what do I got? How do I get there? Right? It's the simplest question. Your counselor is dying for you to ask that question. Right? The counselors are waiting in the office, working hard. How do I get there? How do I start? Where do I go? Depending on your grade, they're going to know what the steps are that you need to take. So, how do I start? Where do I go? And it's important that you start talking to those counselors, like that crazy Puerto Rican lady for me, like Amber in Reading High School. like your teacher, you just got to go talk and like, I want to go to college. Where do I start? And they'll start giving you the guidelines, right? And that's the first start. E, what do you think? What's a good question for them to start?
So I'm always trying to look out for y'all. First question I'm going to ask is, how can you hook up a waiver for that college application fee? Is there
You
something that
know
you
it.
can do to help me get a waiver and not have to pay that $50, $75 application fee? Second question, I got to keep it real because that's how I function. I have no idea which school even offers this program. And I know if it were me back in the day, I wanted to go to the school that had a great football team, even though I wasn't going to play. I just wanted to cheer. I didn't even know what programs they offered. So we need to make sure that we're finding out what colleges and universities offer the program that you're interested in. And lastly, I would ask, you know what? I plan on being there 4 to 5 years. What kind of careers are
Mhm.
going to be in demand when I finish? Because I don't want to spend 4 or 5 years studying something that's not in demand when I'm done.
Hmm, that's a good question. That's good. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little snack. Let's go into our next question. It is from Sophia.
For
Oh,
you.
it's for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Julissa, what was the biggest obstacle during high school for that you had to overcome?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, like True was, right? I come from the hood, you guys. I come from a single parent background, uh, and four kids in the house. We had to do what it do, right? And I was very smart when it came to the books. I went to an amazing university, the University of Florida. Go Gators!
There we
But
go.
one of my biggest obstacles was staying focused and
Mm.
not letting my peers distract me and not getting into fights and not talking back to teachers. It was like the not the school part, because the school part I had it down pack. I was bright. School came easy for me, but the distractions were such a big deal, and I always had to keep my focus, right? And sometimes that's so common. Like it's so common because we have our friends, and sometimes they want to pressure us to do the wrong things, and sometimes we ourselves just do the wrong things. But I think that
Mm.
there's, now knowing in hindsight, I think that I was smart enough to to make the decisions that I wanted to make, and not let my friends or the people around me or any problems distract me from eventually applying to go to college, going to an amazing university, and getting, most of my school was actually taken care of because of scholarships and grants. So at the end, I focused on myself, but it was really, really hard. But I know you could do it. If I could do it, y'all could do it too.
That's what's up.
Next
Yeah.
question. I hope it's not for me.
Hey, that's a good answer. They want to hear from you too.
Let's see. Let's see.
Uh, what is the breakdown on the scholarships, Ernesto? They wanted to hear about the breakdowns in the scholarship, the amounts. You lost me?
Ernesto?
You can hear me though, Julissa, right?
I could. I did. I heard you. What are the breakdowns of the scholarship? The money.
So no, we
We
lost
can't
you.
hear you, Ernesto. Uh oh.
So to answer that question, while he works on the technical difficulties, there is a 30
Hmm.
scholarship for $500,000. So that's the breakdown. Actually, I might be able to pull it up and the breakdown. So we've got uh, two $100,000 scholarships, two $50,000 scholarship, two for 25, two for 20, two for 10, and $25,000 scholarship. So they're spreading it around pretty good. So that's the breakdown for the scholarships.
That's good. Like, you guys, how many of those? That's so many scholarships. Like, if you don't win the big one, you win the middle one. If you don't win that, like, any amount is not too small.
Now,
That's
Julissa,
so great.
how
I
big
love
of an
that.
impact? How big of an impact was it having scholarship financial aid to go to University of Florida when you grew up in you grew up in New York City, right? So how much of
No,
a role?
actually,
Go ahead.
I actually grew up in Miami. I actually grew up in Miami.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. I was born there. I lived there until I was like 5. For whatever reason, everyone thinks I'm this New Yorker. I'll take it. But you know what? Going to such a big school like the University of Florida was really expensive. So I know I didn't have it. My mom didn't have it to take care of that. So these scholarships were such a big deal. I did go to my counselor. I did go to my advisors and try to get whatever I could get. And I actually had so many scholarships and university entrance fees waived because I went and asked about it. I know you guys mentioned it earlier. That's such a big deal. You have to go and just find out anything that you don't know. Just go to your counselor and be like, I don't know nothing. Tell me everything.
You got to ask the
It
question,
helps.
right? You don't get the answer unless you ask the question. That's unbelievably important. And that's what you back.
Absolutely.
But no.
Are you okay? Are you? Give us the thumbs up. All right. Well, do we have
Whatever you're
any more?
saying, our girl Montoya down here, Jess, is still signing based on what you're saying. So she's still got you.
Do we have
I
any
think
more
that's all.
questions, Stu?
Nah, I think that's it. Most of the students are excited about the laptop. They're like, "Yo, can I get one?" I think we all want one, but I don't see any
Yeah.
other questions. Oh, what's the GPA requirement again? 2.8 GPA, and that's really accessible, right? I mean, 2.8 GPA. Come on, like we could do that, right? We
2.8.
could definitely.
I know y'all can do that. Absolutely. Well, this has been so exciting. I learned so much. I hope you all students learn so much. Tell your friends from different schools, like this is not the last workshop we're doing. There's a few more. So you could still win. You could still hang out. You could tell your other friends to hang out. Remember, if you don't get the laptop, tell your friends so they can get the laptop. There's, again, AirPods. There's so many things, but also the information. That is what you're here to get. It's information, it's motivation, and it's to hashtag I said more.
And you know what, Julissa? Tonight we're having sessions for
Mhm.
parents. So if you want your parents to have a good time, win some surprises, be a part of a, we're having it in English and in Spanish this evening. All right. So we're going to put at the end of the session, we're going to put the full schedule of everything that we still have to do for the rest of the season so that you'll have that. And we're also doing a family event on November 21st. So there's still so much to
Mhm.
do. And we are
Yes.
giving away a free electronic book that me and Ernesto wrote called Getting Gear. It is a college readiness book. All the students have to do to get it, fill out an evaluation. Let us know how we did, what we did right, what we did wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We rocked it. It was
Nah.
awesome, right? You know it. But if they fill out the evaluation, they're going to get a free electronic book that'll help them prepare to go to college. So there's tons of resource, tons of stuff that we're doing. Actually, I think the QR code right down here, if you scan that, you'll be able to fill out the evaluation and get a free electronic book, Getting Gear College Readiness for you. And don't forget to post on hashtag I said more too.
Yes, thank you, Chu, so much. Thank you, Ernesto. Cool speak. You guys rocked it. You motivated me. I know you motivated the students. I can't wait for the next workshop and the next workshop and Family Day. You guys, there's so many more opportunities to join us, to get motivated, to get inspired, to hashtag I said more, to learn more, and to win some stuff. Thank you for joining us today. I had so much fun. I hope you had fun. And we'll see you next time.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, guys.